One small ninja line in the PTR patch notes for August 27th for Here's a Storm was the dynamic spell power updating line. This says that ability damage is now calculated while abilities are in flight instead of only at the time of cast. So I'm going to make this short video to join the discussion on this line and see what kind of practical implications it has on the game. The first clip I'm going to be showing in the next set of clips are going to be from the current patch, and then the second clip is going to showcase stuff from the PTR. First here we're going to look at is Zul'jin, taking Recklessness at level 1, which means that you get 10% spell power when your health is below 75%. If you throw out a Guillotine and then activate my Rage, nothing happens on current patch, you get the base damage. On the PTR, if you throw Guillotine then activate Amani Rage, you do get the 10% bonus spell damage. But the base damage of the Guillotine itself does not increase, so it is still being calculated when Zul'jin throws the axe. So this is a little bit of an inconsistency. With Kel'Thuzad, Power of Ice Crown at level 16 gives you 6% spell power for 10 seconds if you stun, root, or slow an enemy. So in the current patch, if you Shadow Fissure and then Frost Nova, you do not get the bonus. In PTR, you do. One thing you will notice with Kel'Thuzad, however, is that on the PTR the bonus is so small, and that's because it's the 6% of the base damage of Shadow Fissure, not the scaled damage. Again, lots of inconsistencies, and there has been lots of discussion about multiplicative and additive spell power at bonuses and what have you, and there just seems to be lots of design inconsistencies. Come on, Blizzard. At level 16, Gul'dan gets the Darkness Within talent, which gives him a 25% increased ability power when he life taps. On the current patch, you can see that I'm gonna use a corruption and run up, and midway through the attack, I'm gonna activate the life tap, and you can note the damage. On the PTR, however, I do the exact same thing, but you can see how the damage is substantially increased because that big 25% chunk is applied to all of the 3 bounce backs of the corruption. In this example, I took the Shifting Sands talent for Chromie, which gives her 8% spell power when she lands her Q. You can see I'm going to use W first and then Q, and I'm still going to get the 8% damage bonus on that W even though I cast it before the Q on the PTR patch. This next clip, also Chromie, I'm using Quantum Overdrive here, which increases your spell power by 25%. I use W and then I activate Quantum Overdrive and I'm still able to get that damage increase. Moving on to probably the most obvious contender, Kael'thas and Ana. So what you're seeing now is Kael'thas firing a Pyroblast and Ana nano boosting him in the current patch. You can note the damage. On PTR patch, you can see that the damage is going to increase significantly due to Ana nano boosting Kael'thas, even though he's already fired off the Pyroblast. Next up, testing the W. So Kael'thas is going to use the W on the first dummy, and you can see it's sticking at 92. It's then going to spread with 421 to the next dummy. That's when Ana is going to nano boost the Kael'thas. On the current patch, the ticker is going at 124, and then ends damage with 778. On the PTR patch, the initial damage is the same because the nano boost hasn't been activated yet. When it does activate, the damage climbs from a ticker of 124 to 152. Note, however, that the initial explosion is still the same. Now, the final explosion should also have the effect of nano boost, but it doesn't. It's the same as the current patch damage at 778. This doesn't make any sense to me. If the ticker is sticking more in the PTR patch and nano boost is still active, then surely the damage at the end should also be more, but it's not. Finally, I want to point your attention to general damage reduction in the game. Yrel, for example, at level 13 has the Aldor Peacekeeper talent, which allows her to reduce all damage from an enemy hero by 30% if they get hit by a fully charged Q. You'll notice here that Diablo is going to use his Fire Breath in the current patch and then get hit by a Yrel fully charged Q with Aldor Peacekeeper. Note the damage. When we move to the PTR, the damage actually stays the same. and this is consistent with things like Diva's Matrix, which reduces all damage sources. So it seems that all damage source reduction talents or abilities have already been dynamically coded into the game, and that spell damage specifically was not, and was only brought up to match that in this patch. I wonder what kind of more inconsistencies or imbalance or changes to the game mechanics this is gonna produce. Again, this is a video aiming to not to add to the conversation and to hear opinions and see what you guys think of this change. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed the video, and shout out to my buddy Marius for helping me test at the Volskaya Foundry map there at the end. Cheers, guys, and I hope you enjoyed watching.